I wouldn't say I'm the most educated on this topic, and I guess I've said it before, but two characters kind of resonate with me and maybe with you too. First one is Walter White, and the second one is Hansi Dent from the show Fargo. Walter White, I'm sure we all know him. Walter White, he had it all. He had gray matter and Gretchen. She was his girlfriend. And then something happened. I never really watched the show, but I know he sold gray matter away and it became pretty successful later on without him, and he was forced into a humiliating role as a high school teacher, teaching chemistry, teaching it to kids who didn't give a shit, and you know, I mean, he ended up finding a wife and having a son anyway, and then a daughter, but he just always felt lesser and underappreciated, and then that's what led him to make his drug empire, which eventually roped in Jesse Pinkman, and it ended in his death. He destroyed everything he had. Before we just go, before we go on to Hansi Dent, I mean, I'm Walter White in some ways, or at least I feel like it. For a lot of us, it was over before we were born. People will never admit it because it ruins the myth of just hard work and keep your head down. But if you're born in the wrong family, you're toast, you're cooked. I was talking to a friend today and he was saying how if I was born into a normal family, I might be an extrovert with a decent social circle. And I guess he's not wrong. I won't go into details about my background, but I lived under a rock. I didn't have many friends. I mean, I enjoyed my childhood as much as I could. I did, you know, meet some people who could tolerate me, like Fred, but that didn't last very long. Everyone's gone now, obviously, and inevitably, inevitably, your circumstances come back to bite you in the ass. And I haven't seen Fred in a while, and I can feel the relationship kind of slipping. I don't feel that him and I are really that close anymore. We whenever we spend time together, it's always kind of stale. We just talk about the same old shit, usually memories, and I don't know. He's got his own schedule and all that, but it really does feel like more and more of the time he's planned his life without me. Just he doesn't really need me anymore. Like we used to talk all the time. I used to go over to his house and I just think he's found he's made his own little circle now, obviously, right? He works at Shoppers. He has a girlfriend. He's friends with most of his coworkers, or at least on good terms, right? December 19th, they went to see Avatar, all of them. Doesn't say much to me anymore. He just sends me some memes. And like I said, the old friend group I had from elementary, Zed and Hutch and T, and Fred was there too. They all got together, and who did they not include? Obviously me. Just every group I've had have always been just cast out in the end and just left to the side because they can't keep up. They got jobs and cars and women, and I've got none of those. Best case, I just have a job, and that's it. I remember the summer when I worked like that. That was it. I just went to work and I came home and there was nothing more to it. I couldn't go out. I couldn't go places. I couldn't do anything, and I think that's partly why I've just been just been dropped, because people know that I can't do shit. Just a cornered dog, really. But I had a chance, when I was younger. I would say the period between grade 8 and grade 11. That was prime time for me to make some connections and figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I never quite figured it out. I wouldn't say I have now either, but it's too late now. You get old enough, you don't really get second chances, or at the very least, it's just not really as feasible, right? 18 to 22, that's prime time to be going to uni or whatever. I went, but I had no idea what I was doing, so I don't know. I spent my entire life operating on bad intel. I made a bad decision, and how shall I say it? My handlers decided that I was too stupid to make my own choices, so they made it for me. It's the most insulting thing to a man, especially a sub 5 like me. You already have so little autonomy, and then other people just step in because I don't know, I guess they think they know better. And they start making the decisions. And then later they get mad at you. It's just like about why you're, somehow like so immature and you don't seem to show any initiative and look at everybody else. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on in people's heads. So I don't like them. Probably should have found a job where I could work on my own most of the time. Just clock in, do my job, clock out, and fuck off. I don't want to deal with coworkers or clients or anything like that. People are just too picky. People don't even know what they want. I should go shovel the snow soon. Then Hansi Dent, in Fargo. He's kind of an assassin of sorts. He's Native American, served in Vietnam, and they'd make him go into the Viet Cong tunnels and do the dirty work, and he comes back home, and people are calling him a half-breed and a mongrel. The people hiring him. This is from the show. I empathize with that too. I mean, people have never called me a half-breed or mongrel, but I've always felt that they thought of me as lesser. People were always sizing me up, and well, I just couldn't fit the bill, I guess. Men like us, nobody wants us. People don't want us around. We're not attractive enough, or we're not rich enough, or we just don't click socially. We don't even really have each other. Like right now, I'm just talking to a fucking camera, and you guys are commenting, the few of you who do, and even amongst ourselves, we don't really know each other. We're just, I don't know, just. At a different age, I would have maybe been a bounty hunter or a mercenary or something, but this is the age of rules and systems. You can't really do shit this day and age. At least I can't. I'm just stuck. Can't even just hop on a boat or hop on a horse and get the fuck out of here. I can't do that. Everything's regulated and everything's so expensive. It almost feels like they just want to trap us here. And obviously, I see my peers doing stuff like vacationing in the Cayman Islands or going to relatives' places in the country, and I can't go anywhere, man. You really think people want to hang around someone like me? Hmm? I don't got any dough, and again, best case, I got a job, I got money, and I can't spend the money. That's best case, which is not what's happening right now. Fucking got like a Got a nice old letter in the mail the other day. It was like, oh, we just added another $1,000 to your debt. Just and it's just like it's like what do you people want? It's funny, isn't it? The world, society hates your guts, and yet they still want to force you to participate in those stupid games of work and shit. They want you to be economically productive and then shut up and go back in your hole. Just go crawl back in your hole. That's probably what they want. They just want our taxes. They just want our output. They don't want us. We're just the ones, the unwanted men. They're just I don't got anywhere anymore. I don't got anybody. I got nothing. Sometimes I wonder why men like us were ever born. It's like for what? So we could be jesters or some shit. We're just like we just we're just other people's entertainment. Is that what we are? Supposed to make other people feel better about themselves when they look at us. To see how inferior we are. Sometimes I think I would be better off doing black ops, just doing the dirty work, doing the nasty stuff that normal people can't handle and don't want to think about. Why not? Who's gonna miss me, huh? If I'm gone in some foreign country doing shady shit for half the year, who's gonna care? My quote unquote friends. They'll move on. They got people, they got lives. And, one or two people I think they'll care, but I feel like there's only one person I have now who would actually care if I went missing. Well, not missing, but if I just didn't, if I just went radio silent. There's only one. I only have like one friend who would really care, and that's Telly. It's just one person in the whole fucking world. I lost everybody. Everybody, man. Everybody just walked off, and they all found a new life and new people, and I didn't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to the new year 2026. I'm not looking forward to anything. I know it's gonna be the same shit. It's probably the same for you guys too, just the same old routines, same old, same old, same old. You walk the same paths, you kick the same stones, you sit under the same dingy roof and you look out at the horizon, and you know you'll never cross that horizon. You're just here. I don't know how much longer we can all go on like this, especially me. It would be great if we all just united. All of us sub fives and black pillars and shit, we just united and I don't know, maybe we had a revolution or we armed ourselves and went off to go be mercenaries, some foreign land that no one can find on a map. So why not? You think we're needed here? You think we're wanted here? You think anyone will miss us here if we get hit by cars? Some shit like no. We're just the trash of society, man. We're just the garbage, the gutter. Doesn't matter if we live or die to these people. We're just nobody. I mean, in the end, everyone ultimately is just a statistic, but you know, at least while we're alive, we're the bottom of the pecking order, and we get no respect. And I guess we're just what? We're just the grunt labor or something. I don't know anymore. But me personally, I destroyed my life. I ruined everything. I had everything, and I threw it all away because I was just a fucking idiot, and I was blue pilled to death. I was delusional. By the time I opened my eyes, it was too late. It's too late now. I had more freedom as a teenager than I do now. Can you imagine that? It's supposed to be the inverse, but yeah. I'm just a dog to chain up on a leash. Just realize I'll never go anywhere. I'll never really achieve anything with my life. I'm just gonna be like this forever, I suppose. At least until they start lobbing the missiles and we all die in nuclear holocaust or some crap. Who knows? Who cares? Yeah, I know. I've been blabbing for 15 minutes. Just it's winter too, and that just makes it all the worse. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, no ability to start over. You know, you can't wipe the slate clean. Your past just follows you everywhere. It's all digitally recorded and filed away. Just sometimes I wish the world would just blow up or something. Just so you know it could be like so it could be quiet for once. I could think. I could just be left alone. I could just be left the fuck alone. You don't want me anyway, so leave me alone. Leave us alone. Ah, well, I guess I'm losing my mind. What am I even saying? My life ended 4 years ago. I'm just going through the motions now. I don't suppose I'll ever be alive again. I don't think I'll ever experience anything new. People always say, oh, you never know what the future may hold. You live long enough, you can predict pretty well what the future can hold. And I predict for all of us, there is no future. Never was. Well, maybe we had a glimmer of hope somewhere in there, but that's all gone now. It's all gone. All gone. We're just the trash of the earth. That's all. Nothing you can do about it.